Hello, friends. Welcome back to Tourister You. It is Angela with another Thrifty Thursday haul, and that is hosted by Sherry at Turquoise Streaming. If you're someone who wants to do some videos and you want to use that hashtag, let Sherry know so that she can add you to her list and give you a shout out. Or if you're just someone who wants to watch more videos like this, just put the hashtag Thrifty Thursday in the search bar on YouTube, and you can find my videos and all of my thrifty friends as well. So today I don't have a humongo haul, but I do have some fun things. Specific, I think most of these are either things that I'm going to be working with and or will go into my kits. So first off, let's go with the most unexciting. There were two of these. These were less than $1, but they're nice size binders, never used. I don't know if they charged me 99 cents at a book rate or if they charged me less than that, so I'm not really sure. But they're 9 by 7 1/4, and there were two of them, so I picked those up. And I thought I might do some more retro reader type books because I have this whole stack of just random, vintage books or things that I've started with. So I thought, well, I'll just grab them all together and see if I can do a binder out of that and then maybe do another retro reader out of the rest of them. So that was one of the finds. So you know what's going to happen. That's going to go into my project tote, which I'm not supposed to be adding to it. I'm supposed to be going through them first, but oh well. And then I did find some sewing patterns for some projects I'm working on. This is for that journal not yet started, that's kind of the equestrian horse type of journal. This one I thought would be cute to do something like Father's Day. My thought was just more like make a card out of it. I loved the look at that. Very 60s. Does it say on 1969? This one was actually from, this is it, just the pattern or the envelope itself. It's in really bad shape. This was in a bunch that I got during the 177-mile yard sale that I went to, and I thought, well, that's not going to make it into the sales thing, so I'll just use it for something. Oh goodness, I didn't see this. I've been getting a lot of lingerie. Like, I have several of those. This is another one, really cool, but it's like literally torn apart, so I just put that in my stack to do something with. Well, look at this. I don't know, I got all kinds of lingerie ones. But I thought these would be cool, all for my fashion journal. So those are the ones that I got. This, I think, this is really neat. I have way too many cookbooks and such, but I really think this would be neat to do just a, even if you use just the cover and left it just like that, what would be kind of cool is to use this just like it is, take out these, okay, and take out your pages and make your signatures similar to this template. And then, you don't even have to poke holes in it. You just have to punch your holes here, and then you could just tie. Are you following me? Like, you could tie ribbons or fabric on each one just to make a small, like, cute journal. You'd have to go around it. Maybe we should try it. I was going to sell this, so if somebody wants it, but maybe it's something we should try, because there's a lot of these kinds out there, and it would be a great tutorial for us to just play around with. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'll put it in the project journal or project thing until this airs, because it won't be for a while, and then we can do it. I did buy another Mary Engelbreit book. This is called The Baby Book, Little Bambinos. And, you know, I know it looks like, because I just did I think it was last week. I had 2 books that I bought. I do buy a lot of her stuff. But now I only buy it if it's different from what I already have. Yes, I have bought the same thing before because I might not have realized I had it. But for the most part, I try to get just different ones, just to have a nice little variety of books. And I apologize. I did my last video too, right before this. I believe I'm losing my voice. So, sorry. This is Home for Bunny, and I just thought that this was super cute. This will go either on Etsy or in one of my sales that I will be doing. But look at how cute that is. Look at those little babies peeking out of their shells. This one's just this is a neat book. And then I did get I have this book, so I did get one of these because I think it's a popular book, and it's one that has some beautiful illustrations. I'm just gonna guess I just used my straw for my water to get water on. Hey, this needs to be cleaned up, obviously, and that needs to come off. And I'll say it like I always do, but this is in really good shape. And look at the pretty color. Look at that little girl's eyes. Beautiful. So this is a really, really neat and really great shape book. So those 2 will go in the either Etsy or the and when we do a live sale. And then this is the Fish and Fishing garden book. It's got a, you know, bad spine. It's not in the greatest shape. But this book is cool. Now, I've always wanted to do like a men's, like a fishing journal. I do not, if I make a journal for my brother, I'm sure that he will not be writing in it, most likely. But it's kind of cool. He would tell me probably not to cut it up, that he wants to read it. So would my husband. So we're not telling him we got the last fishing book that I bought was huge, and it is now kind of like a coffee table book at the acreage in the office because he wouldn't let me. Nope, wasn't going to be cut up. But this is really neat. So I don't know that I will ever get to, you know, making one of these. So I'm pretty sure it's probably going to go in, you know, Etsy or on one of our sales. But I was going to look at this is 1963. It's just got really cool images. I just love it. Look at that. I love trout. Mustard crusted trout. And then have like an almond crust with it. Oh my goodness. Where was that from? I think it was called the Little Nell in Aspen when I lived up there. Oh my goodness. Delicious. This is English to Dutch dictionary. I did not have one of those. This will be perfect to put into the kits. I love it. You know, as much as I can put other languages into that, into those kits, I think it's just awesome. Look at this. This is a mechanical engineer's book. Now, our friend is a mechanical engineer, and he would probably also say if he saw this, I want it. Don't do anything with it, so I should probably ask. But this is from 1941, and it's just got cool, you know, images and diagrams and, oh, vintage piece of paper, tables, that kind of thing. And I thought, well, this is great. Another great resource to use. Oh, and we get a little cobweb with it. Where did I get this? Goodwill, I guess. I was like, I don't remember where I got that. And then I got this book. So if you know who Jerry Garcia is, or if you are a huge fan of Jerry Garcia, this is not an old book. Jerry Garcia was, I think he was a guitarist and singer. maybe lead singer. There he is, of the Grateful Dead. And he actually wrote this book. I have never seen it before, but I don't think it's out of publication, but I found it at Goodwill. This is his writing, so that's fun. It's just neat. I mean, this is from his wife. And it just talks about him. It took him 18 months to compose the book, and it said he worked on it every single day. It was published in 1995 by the estate of Jerome J. Garcia, which is Jerry Garcia. It's just really cool. And I believe it's illustrated. I think it's all... Let's see, is it illustrated? And I'm pretty sure it is. An anecdotal personal history in words and pictures. So it must mean he has done both. A very cool book. And, I love art and history. And, of course I like some Grateful Dead songs. But I just thought there's somebody out there that probably would love to do a journal, whether it's just an eclectic journal, a Jerry Garcia journal, a Grateful Dead journal. So this will go, again, either in Etsy or on one of my live sales. This is really cool. It's almost like you think it's a children's book, but it's not. I just think it's cool. Very psychedelic, which kind of Jerry Garcia is. So that is that book. And it is, like I said, if you're looking at this, looking for something like this, and mine is not available, it's ISBN 0-385-31353-5. I do know that you can still buy this. I think even Amazon might have it. So, if you need a copy. This was unbelievable to me that I found this in a Goodwill because, I mean, I find a lot of good stuff in the thrift shops, but usually not at Goodwill. Usually they're at some, like private ones or really small ones or things like that. But this one was great. This is from 1926. And it is Nature Magazine. I haven't looked at this at all. I haven't even opened it up. This would be awesome with the fishing book to do. But it's from 1920. Oh, look at the pup. That looks like Zenny. Sort of. Her little face does. Are you a cockapoo? No, the mongrel is a grand dog, it says. Don't be ashamed of owning a mongrel. I need to read this article. Mongrel is just a dog. Our Dominican zoo with a frog. The tiny Dominican frog. Well, that's really ugly. Can you see that? Leaf-nosed Dominican night prowler. Okay, we can bypass this. Possums. Look at that little girl with Raggedy Andy. She looks like Eleanor. Her name is Eleanor. Eleanor would be intrigued at first. She and Bobby would contest for the privilege of giving the fish 4 square meals a day, a fatal number. Okay, a warning not to let your kids feed the fish 4 times a day. I know that sounds silly, but like when I think I guess 1926, I was thinking like 18. Like I didn't even know that they had aquariums. This is really neat. I feel like this in the fishing book would need to be in a journal where you could keep the pages, you know, vertical, or, yeah, vertical. Groundhog. Just kind of want to look. Don Q in the East. Oh, it's a little lassie, a little collie with a, looks like a quail on the, oh, maybe that's it. I'm looking. I'm pretty sure it is. So somebody must have just like been tracking this little guy, Don Q, Don the quail. Look at that house. So pretty. What are we talking about here? Let's see. The flower? The hibiscus? Yes. These pages are incredibly... There's some lizards, the dwellers of the desert, Christmas greens. Some really... The pages are really in nice shape because, I mean, it's November of 26, so... The baffling barnacle. There's just a little bit of everything in here. Asa Gray, botanist and educator. Oh, we even got some... Some Greek mythology and the stars. This is neat. Oh my goodness, look at that. So if nothing else, because I probably won't keep this, but I will, especially with some of these things, I will do a digital. So if that's what you're looking for, there's some cool advertisements in here. Look at those skis. Wouldn't that make a good winter journal or ski journal? Okay, this was, I paid very little for, I don't even think, I want to say this was like with the music and it was like $1. I don't know. But in 1926, it was $3 a year. And that, oh no, I have one more thing to show you. How long have we been going? Only 17 minutes. We got time. So one of the things I often buy is jewelry because I use it in my dangles and tassels and edge binding. And I found this necklace, and I'm going to put my hand up so you can kind of see how... This is not a normal... This isn't something I would normally purchase. Because, like, look, compared to my finger, look how big that is. I mean, these are kind of bigger. I thought these are beautiful. The little daisy spacers are great. I can use them all the time. But I thought, well, I'm going to take this apart. And a lot of times I have some hooks on my little tiny cart below with full, you know, what do you call them? With full necklaces that I haven't yet, you know, done anything with. But I was like, this is cool. Like, can you see that you can see through that? Ignore my ink on my hands. So I thought, well, I'll just see if I can get this apart. Lucia. I hope it's not worth a lot of money. It doesn't feel like it. Like, these aren't really heavy, but... So, I don't know. Where should we start? This is so different. I wonder if I can just pull this cap off. Okay, I shouldn't do that. We'll just try to clip this. And it works just fine. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen with that cap because I try to use all of those things over. And hopefully everything, because they're on this big... I think they should all just come right off. I hope. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's all together. We could do something with those too. Well, this might have been the easiest necklace I've ever taken apart. Look at those. Gosh. rings. You can have a ring. But I mean, these are big. And really, the reason I bought them is for these and these. So let's just take one apart. Honestly, this was the easiest necklace I've ever taken apart in my life. So what have you guys been up to? I'm like way far out on my videos. So at this point, I will be half of my nest will be empty. Landon will be well into school, and Demi will be well into softball, and I will be missing my baby and probably just adjusting. These are neat. These are actually, they're not round. They're, oh, she's snoring. They are kind of flat and round. Not all the way around. You know what I mean? Let's see. What I was thinking and hoping. See, there's that. This might just be, if I can clip all these. Let me see if I'm going to do this right over here. If I can clip these all down really well. It's still intact. My thought was this. Well, I was thinking I could take it apart in several different chunks and just use little chunks of it. But that does have that there, and I can, when I have something I can see, because it's still a little rough, I'd want to kind of push that down. Let's just take this side off and see. And then I keep all of this. So, oh, see, I already, oh, that must have gone together like that. Let's just cut this off and see what happens. So I'm just curious. Let me get my awl. See if this comes out. You know, sometimes that's what you have to do, is just experiment. Man, she must be having a good dream over here. Can you hear that? She usually doesn't snore. She looks so adorable. Okay, I'm not getting that out easily. I think if I manhandled it, I could, but yeah, so that, other than that, I think I've told all my stories about what I've been doing. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Well, not anytime. Let's see, when will you see this? Yeah, September, at the beginning of September. So at the end of the month, I have another, I asked Dave if he would take me on a date weekend. And it's another like 100, 200, I don't know. It's a really long yard, what they call yard sale. I think they call it, it's more like a flea market type thing. And he said, yes, I would love to go on a date with you. So if you are needing me to personal shop for you, remember that you can always just reach out on my Etsy and just send me a message. Remember, that's the only reason I say that is because that way I will know I'll get it. If you do it on my email, sometimes it just goes to spam. I think I can reuse that. Maybe. Now the cat's down here. Goodness gracious. It's like a zoo. All right. I think I can use that. So let's see what happens when we clip this one off. Excuse me. I mean, this would be really cool in its entirety. Why does that one? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I get it. You guys, each one of these. I think each one of these like link onto the next one. Do you see that? So this one, if I take this one off, the other one underneath it looks the very same as that. So they just must somehow clip together. So I could use this. I could use it all like as a, you know, long dangle. Or I can cut it into small pieces and have something really unique for a different kind of dangle. That's cool. Winning. All right, and then I have, I'm not going to pull this one out now, but I am going to clip this off. So now I've harvested, I'm not going to keep that one because I don't know. I couldn't get through that little hole after I cut that off. I should have left it on. So, but now I have a lobster claw. I've got some extra little chain. I got this little dangle that says Lucia or Lucia, whichever one you want. And then I have all of these great little spacers, and they're nice. They're, I mean, beads. I think these are maybe glass, but probably plastic. And these, I'm not sure what we shall do with these, but we have a lot of them. These are definitely plastic. Oh, do they come apart? They do, sort of, ish. Let's just see what happens when we pull it too far apart. It has to be plastic. Oh, now she's up. I don't want to pull it too far. I'll break it, but I'm pretty sure they're plastic. And then we have these that look like little flowers. What shall we do with these? Maybe I'll leave these out and we'll have to have a play. I think I'll leave a couple of these like they are. And then cut up all the rest. And I mean, this, seriously, this was the easiest little necklace to take apart that I've ever taken apart. I have ordered some more bead supplies because they've been doing a lot. I have to do it when the spirit moves me. And it's a good thing, like, if I hurt my shoulder, and I don't know what I did either. It wasn't like I was out hauling things. I just hurt my shoulder, which I don't even want to go there. It's not like I'm in denial that I'm getting old. And so I couldn't really do anything. I could barely even lift my arm, but it felt better either to lay down on the one that hurt, which was weird, or to just sit and have my hand kind of down here. So I found that it wasn't very much effort for me to make bead dangles. So these aren't necessarily the ones I made, but when I was under the weather, but I made all of these for the Etsy shop. I certainly hope that they're already on here by the time that you watch this, but you know, you never know. And those, I think one little set of, they're not beads, they're clips that I did a video on. I'm using barrettes. These are stick pins. Let's see. You see? Pretty. I love these. And I knew I had more of these. I have like I have a whole stack of these, and that's what I was using. But now I don't really like all the colors. So I do have somewhere I have a bunch that are just singles from one of my projects. So I need to try to find them for colors so I can stick the stick pins on there. And then I did, let's see, I feel like I did more than that. Oh, here's one. I got all kinds of them over here. Goodness gracious. I've been going to town. See, here's some that I put on the little cards. I thought those looked cute on there. And then these with the little dangles. Supposed to go over here. And what else? I don't know. So that's some of the things I've been up to when I haven't. It's still sore, but it's not anything like it was. Oh, it was a mess. Like I could not lift it. I do not know. I mean, I do have, this is on my, and it's on my right side. Like, I do have issues with my left side, with like my rotator cuff, but I like these. These are really fun. They're tiny dangles. I haven't put all the bulb pins on them, but they're fun. These I actually might use. I'm going to put these aside. I might use a couple of those for an example. And then, you know, so on and so forth. There's these. These were made out of an old necklace. And these. So those are fun. And then these were the, I don't know. You'll have to tell me. I don't know if I will put these in the shop or not, because I don't know how people, these are the video that we did, excuse me, when I showed you how to make fabric washi, and then I came back and showed you, these are all on 15-minute ephemera. I mean, I think the dangles are probably, not these, but other ones. I think I have some dangle videos. I am by no means a pro. But these that were what I was thinking about doing as a little set. But they're great because they can be bookmarks, or, you know, you can just, if you're making a journal, you can just stick them. And this is like your tab of the journal. Maybe you'll have another one, you know, back here. And so on and so forth. And they really look cute. You can put them on the sides like this. They're very handy. And of course, if you wanted, you can just clip one in your hair. Wouldn't that be adorable? I probably should sell these in the shop because I have so many of those barrettes. But look how cute that looks. Like, use up what I got, right? So, fun little things. That's what I've been kind of working on. You guys tell me if you think that these would be something people would want. I don't even know what I would call them. Like, I'd have to think about it. But they work really, really well. And they're great for bookmarks, too. And like I said, or the intended for your hair. So with that, guys, I thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope you're having a fantastic day. Until next time, remember to take time to just be, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.